Guess what? This drone sat outside on a mountain about maybe 1500 meters above sea level. Um, it sat outside in the rain, in the sun, in the cold, whatever got thrown at this little toy. And I thought, of course, I thought I lost it, but yesterday I managed to recover it. How I recover it, that's a totally different story. I posted some videos of it. Um, but also, what helped me was the last trip when I used my remote control and my tablet, where I had recorded the last position, the last GPS position that was reported by the drone. So I went a few months ago. I went around that area. I hiked, very nasty hike in the snow. Could not find it. It was too much snow, and this one is white. And probably, actually, it was not on the snow, but it was the brightness of the snow nearby prevented me to see it, I guess. Yesterday, also I could not see it, but I went to different angle. Of course, the prayers were heard and all that spiritual stuff. And I had the last look before I decided to descend, and I saw it. I saw it with a pair of binoculars, and I thought, you know what? Uh, I hope the memory card is good. So I retrieved the memory card, which later proved that was still working. But before I put the battery back on to test it, of course I had to take it apart, because if it had corrosion, then I didn't want to do more damage. And the funny thing is that battery still has some juice after so many months of sitting outside. And my guess was that this drone recorded a number of videos, some rocks, where this one was, the camera was pointing. And then the battery, when it was below 10%, it was 10%, probably that's why it started to land at the time when I lost it. But the battery decided to shut off. It's an intelligent battery. If you know this type of drones, it has smarts in it. It shut off the power, so the drone had no chance to get corrosion, and was sitting upside down like that with the camera up. And I assume that some water that got in, because of course it got some water through the holes like that, impossible to avoid getting water inside. Probably the water drained somehow through here, but then I'm looking, this one would hold the water. So I peeled off the GPS shield. This is a shield for the GPS module, which is here. I looked inside, there's no rust, so I thought, okay, that's really interesting. Then I look at the board. I am not going to take the board to flip it upside down, because if I don't see corrosion here, most likely won't be corrosion underneath. So it's just waste of my time if I want to see that. Of course, the last time I took it apart, I had to do some mods. If you see, it's a special paste I put here. It's kind of a paste that reinforces the arms, each arm, and also here. So each of these motor arms are a bit reinforced, and I don't know if it helps. Also around the motors. And I sprayed with a special silicone spray. I sprayed except this area. This area I didn't want to spray, but I sprayed the board back and up and behind, and that probably prevented a little bit of corrosion, maybe. Also, I took the camera apart. I'm looking at the board. Looks pretty good. I never sprayed the boards of the camera, but there's no corrosion here, so I'm pretty excited to put it back together and test it. So See you later. Bye bye.